Bit of a crazy week this week down here at the factory. The delays last week have kind of put us back quite a few days, so we've kind of taken the fairly brutal decision to put the opening back. So we're now back on the Friday the 5th of February. We've done that for a number of reasons really. We were kind of rushing to get it open for the 29th of January, and with the snow and everything we encountered for the early part of this week and last week, it just made a right mess of deliveries and getting skips away from the site. So we're not as far progressed as we would have hoped to have been. So for that reason we've put it back. That does mean we've kind of had to rejiggle the opening lineup a little bit, and we've lost some good talent because they're now on tour around Europe. But we're still working on a revised lineup for the 5th of February, which will still be absolutely epic.
Yeah, very hectic at the moment. We're very close now. We've confirmed all the weekly club nights, so we're very excited. We've got some of the best promoters in Manchester lined up to be hosting some of the different nights. Also doing some in-house nights every Wednesday, Friday and Saturday, which is going to be very exciting. So yeah, basically we'll unveil the full lineup this week. So if people check out obviously our Facebook page, obviously we've got a MySpace page as well, and obviously we've also got a YouTube channel which is obviously FAC251. So if you search for that on YouTube, you'll be able to get obviously the video diaries there, and also there'll be updates on obviously, like you say, the weekly lineup. Yeah, with a project like Factory, obviously the live bookings that we are looking at, obviously we're already booking in now June and July. So obviously a big focus at the moment has been obviously sorting out the weekly club nights, which obviously will kick in. So obviously from Friday the 5th of February. So we've got like some of the best promoters in Manchester all lined up to host the different nights. And like you say, all the details of that will be unveiled this week. So if people check out obviously the Facebook pages, and obviously, yeah, if you can log onto the website as well, the full lineup will be unveiled there this week. Thursday, we'll see all the national media, all the music press, all the local media as well, all be attending. Actually, we're going to do a press conference in the boardroom. The room's actually progressing quite nicely, so the press will get a little snippet of what the club's going to look like. But as you say, obviously the builders are still busy working very hard on getting it all completed.
Site-wise this week, we've kind of progressed around developing all the floors and getting all the infrastructure in. We've now completed all the stages on each floor, so the ground floor stage is in. The two pockets in the stage that you see are for the big bass bins that Function 1 are designing and developing. They'll arrive to site as finished items. On the second floor, that room's now looking a lot cleaner, so we've overboarded the entire ceiling, again for sound reasons. We've also now developing the cantilever DJ box, which cantilevers out over the main reception area. Surrounding that there's a big Ben Kelly designed leaning glass screen that weighs about 2.5 tons. So because of that weight, we've had to put some fairly serious joists in to take both the weight of the DJ or the DJ kit, these brick bars that go in around the DJ, and this 2.5 ton of plate glass that goes behind, which is special argon acoustic glass that stops sound leakage between the two rooms. On Monday we got Kevin Cummins up. Kevin's coming up 2 times a week over the Cascala project just to photograph an ongoing photo documentary of what we're doing here. That will then be released on a DVD, which Hook is doing some scripted music for, which will be unreleased hooky music that will go with the DVD package that goes out as the opening invite, which we're going to be on the opening night of the venue. That photo shoot was really quite interesting, really. Some of the stories that Kevin's got to say about both this place, Manchester bands, and everything really is fairly crazy. Kevin was the staff photographer for NME during the whole Manchester music explosion. So although he is from Manchester originally and is a big Man City fan, he moved down to London at the late 80s, exactly the time when the whole Manchester music phenomenon was kicking off, and was then ended up coming back on the train pretty much 2 or 3 times a week to record that. We've now got him coming back again twice a week to record this project.
I'm Kevin Cummins. I've been photographing people in Manchester and beyond since 1970 something, and then when Factory started, I suppose that's more or less when my career took off as well. Photographed Joy Division in the snow, and we're back in Manchester 31 years later in the snow. This building wasn't really Factory. Factory for me was Palatine Road. I'd moved down to London by the time this building took off. First time I photographed this building was when it was fly posted with Happy Monday's Bombed covers, and then a couple of months later I photographed it covered in New Order's Technique posters, and it's a shame that the building's not been used properly over the years. It's kind of stood here as almost like this white elephant in Manchester. I think it's great that something's going to happen to it, and I think it's great that Ben's involved, and that Ben's being very sympathetic with the original design and trying to take some aspects of it back to the original as well. I first photographed Hooky 32 years ago, and he's not changed really. He's got a little bit greyer, and I haven't, obviously. And he's still the same. He's still as sharp. Doesn't let you get a word in, really. It's nice to have a working relationship with people for that long, and I'm still photographing a lot of people up here who I photographed in the late 70s, early 80s. I think for too long Manchester's lived in this world of nostalgia, where everywhere you go you've just been hearing Stone Roses and Oasis, whichever bar you go into in the Northern Quarter or whichever shop you go into. And I think it's good that we're maybe moving out of that a little bit now, and it's about time. But that isn't to say you shouldn't celebrate your past, but you should use your past to move on. When Tony died, there was a big hole left in Manchester and people didn't know what to do. And I think it's good the way Hooky's decided to get involved in keeping that legacy going.